Hi there, welcome to Eduretics, where we make your high school life simple. I'm Aniket, and today we're going to attempt an actual digital SAT paper. We'll be trying out the math section and see if we can wrap it up in under 40 minutes. The purpose of this video is to show you how to think on the go, what tricks to apply, what calculation hacks to apply in order to save time and maybe achieve more speed. Okay, just a sincere note that nowhere is my intention pointing towards mocking the paper or telling that the paper is too easy or too difficult. Okay, so let's go ahead. You also try to practice alongside while we're looking at new questions. Try to solve them alongside. Okay, let's start. Okay, so the video is going to be recorded in one go, so I'm not going to pause the video and restart when I turn the pages. You'll be able to see everything just to maintain the authenticity of the claim that I'm making here. Okay, let's start with the module 1 of the digital SAT math section. Question 1. What is 10% of 470? 10 over 100 times 470, which is 47. Okay. Question 2. 4x plus 6 is equal to 18. Which equation has the same solution as the given equation? 4x plus is equal to 18. 18 minus 6. 4x is equal to 12. Option C. The function g is defined by g of x is equal to x square plus 9. For what value of x is gx equal to 25? That means 25 is equal to x square plus 9, x square is equal to 25 minus 9, that is 16, x is equal to 4. Question 5. Each face of a fair 14-sided die is labeled with a number from 1 through 14. Okay, with a different number appearing on each face. So 1 through 14, 14 different numbers. If the die is rolled one time, what is the probability of rolling a 2? 1 by 14. 2 is one of the 14 numbers that were written. Okay. Question 6. A printer produces posters at a constant rate of 42 posters per minute. At what rate in posters per hour does the printer produce the posters? 42 posters per minute. That means 42 times 60 posters in an hour. 6 times 2 is 12, 2 carry 1, 6 times 4, 24, 25. 2520 posters per hour. That's a grid-in question. Okay. Let me clear all this up. Okay, I missed a question. Question 3. The total cost in dollars to rent a surfboard consists of a $25 service fee and a $10 per hour rental fee. A person rents a surfboard for T hours and intends to spend a maximum of $75 to rent the surfboard. Which inequality represents the situation? Okay, 25 fixed fee plus 10T. This should remain within 75. Option D. Okay, all 6 questions done. Let's move on to the next page. First, I'll clear this. Okay, going to the next page. Question number 7. The function f is defined by the equation f of x is equal to 7x plus 2. What is the value of f of x when x is equal to 4? X is equal to 4, 7 times 4 is 28 plus 2, 30. Question 8. A teacher is creating an assignment worth 70 points. The assignment will consist of questions worth 1 point and questions worth 3 points. Which equation represents the situation where x is 1 point questions, y is 3 point questions? Perfect. X plus 3y is equal to 70. Okay, option D. 9th. Right triangles LMN and PQR are similar, where L and M correspond to P and Q respectively. Okay, angle M has a measure of 53. What is the measure of angle Q? So when triangles are similar and you know the corresponding sides or vertices, so LM is corresponding to PQ, MN is corresponding to QR, LN is corresponding to PR. In that case, the angles will also correspond. So angle L, which is MLN or NLM, will be equal to angle P, which is QPR or RPQ. Similar to that, angle M would be equal to angle Q. So angle M is given to be 53. Q will be again be 53. Okay. Question 10. Y is equal to negative 3x. 4x plus y is 15. The solution to the given system of equations is x comma y. What is the value of x? Okay. Y negative 3x. Place it here in the second equation. 4x minus 3 is x. X is 15. 11th. Which of the following equations is the most appropriate linear model for the data shown in the scatter plot? Just look at the graph. Decreasing, that means negative slope. Y-intercept is positive. Negative slope, that means A or B. Y-intercept is positive. Option B. No need to solve. Let's go to the next page. Okay. Question 12. The graph of y is equal to fx is shown, where the function f is defined by f of x is equal to ax cubed plus bx squared plus cx plus d, and a, b, c, and d are constants. For how many values of x does fx is equal to 0? Look at the graph. The number of times it crosses the x-axis, that's the number of times it's going to 0. 1, 2, 3. Also, looking at the degree of the polynomial, you can tell the highest degree tells you the maximum number of places it will cut on the x-axis. Okay, so that's a 3. Vivian bought party hats and cupcakes for $71. Each package of party hats costs $3 and each cupcake costs $1. Vivian bought 10 packages of party hats, that means $30. How many cupcakes did she buy? 71 minus $30, $41. So and each cupcake costs $1, so 41 cupcakes. Okay. Question number 14. Z square plus 10z minus 24 is equal to 0. What is one of the solutions to the given equation? Split 10z into two parts such that they add to 10 and multiply to negative 24. That is 12 and negative 2. 12 and negative 2. So the roots would become negative 12 and 2. These are the roots. Okay. Question number 15. Bacteria are growing in a liquid growth medium. There were 300,000 cells per millimeter during an initial observation. The number of cells per milliliter doubles every 3 hours. How many cells per milliliter will there be 15 hours after the initial observation? It's doubling every 3 hours. How many 3-hour durations would exist in 15 hours? 5. 5 3-hour chunks would exist in 15 hours. So it's doubling 5 times. That means the initial number 300,000 multiplied by 2 raised power 5. 2 raised power 5 is a 32. 32 times 3 is a 96. 96 100,000. Option D. Question 16. Which expression is equivalent to 6 times x raised to power 8 y squared, 12 x squared y squared. Take common 6 x squared y squared. And you have x raised to power 6 plus 2. X raised to power 6 plus 2. Option C. Done. Okay, let's go to the next page. First, I'll erase this. The things which you can gather from here are the tips and tricks which I'm using to solve it fast. Not all questions, but a lot of them. Okay, next page. Question 17. A neighborhood consists of a 2-hectare park and a 35-hectare residential area. The total number of trees in the neighborhood is 3934. The equation 2x plus 35y is equal to 3934 represents this situation. Which of the following is the best interpretation of x in this context? Okay, so total number of trees 3934. So 2x, that means x, it's multiplying with the park area, y is getting multiplied with the residential area. That means these are the unit number of trees per hectare in the park and residential area respectively. It's asking what's the interpretation of x. X is basically the number of trees per hectare in the park area. So average number of trees per hectare in the park. Option E. Question 18. The graph shows the relationship between the number of shares of stock from company A, which is X, and the number of shares of stock from company B, which is Y, that Simon can purchase. Which equation could represent this relationship? Okay, so X is the company A shares, Y company B shares. Okay, and it's a decreasing function. It's a negative slope. As you can see, this is a negative slope, positive y-intercept. So it's going to be, let's check which all options have negative slope. This doesn't. Okay, B and D have negative slope. Let's write them in that form. Y is equal to, if I can write B as negative 8x over 12 plus 40, 480 divided by 8, and D is y is equal to negative 12x over 8 plus 480 divided by 12, which is 40 again. Oh, this would be a 60 divided by 8. Okay, it's pretty clear. 40 is the y-intercept. We just have option D for that. So no more checking required. Option D is the only one with y-intercept as 40. Okay, let's go to the next page. Okay. Question number 20. The frequency table summarizes the 57 data values in a data set. What is the maximum data value in the data set? Data values are here. The maximum is 14. 21. A circle in the xy plane has a diameter of with endpoints this. An equation of the circle is this, where r is a positive constant. What is the value of r? Basically, the equation of circle is in this form that r square written on the right hand side is basically radius squared. We're given the diameter endpoints. From that we can find the length of the diameter. It's 14 minus 4, that is 10. Radius would be 5. So radius is 5. Okay. Question number 22. The measure of angle r is 2 pi by 3 radians. The measure of angle t is 5 pi by 12 radians greater than the measure of angle r. 5 pi by 12 greater than r. 2 pi by 3 plus 5 pi by 12. 3 times 4, 2 times 4 is 8. 8, 5, 13. 13 pi by 12. Now they're asking the measure in degrees. Replace pi with 180 degrees. That's the shortcut. Converting from radians to degrees, multiply by 180 and remove the pi. So 12 times 1 is 12, 60, 12 times 5 is 6, 15, 3 is 45, 5, 4, 15, 15, 4, 19, 195 degrees. Option C. Okay. For converting to from degrees to radians is the other way around. You multiply by pi by 180. A certain town has an area of 4.36 square miles. What is the area in square yards of this town? 1 mile is 1760 square yards. So it's given to you directly. 4.36 square miles. Okay. Convert the square miles into yards, square yards. So don't do multiplied by 1760 directly. It looks like that needs to be done, but it needs to be squared. 1760 times 1760 because it's square miles, not just miles. So intuitively, I guess the largest value, basically this is 1,000. Consider this to be 1,000, this to be 1,000, or 2,000 each. 2,000 times 2,000 is going to be 4 times 10 raised power 6 times the 4. 4 for 16. 16 times 10 raised power 6 of this option D. Okay. No need to find the exact value. The options are pretty varied, so you can just check with the order of the options. Like it's of the order of 10 raised power 6, so that would be correct. Okay. Let's go ahead to the next page. We have question number 24. For line H, the table shows 3 values of x and their corresponding values of y. Line K is the result of translating line H down 5 units in the xy plane. What is the x-intercept of line K? Okay, so let's see. Okay, this question is going to be a bit time taking. Okay, let's see. Because I see there are no exact tricks or shortcuts which can be applied here. So for line H, the table shows the 3 values of x. So from here, from x and y, let's first find the slope. So 160 minus 130 is a 30 over 23 minus 18 is 5. Slope is 6. That means the equation is going to look like, if I take the first pair of points, 130 is equal to 6 times 18, 6x, plus c. C is the y-intercept. We get the c as 130 minus 16 times 18 times 6 is 108. So that's 22. That means we get the equation as y is equal to 6x plus 22. This is our original equation. Okay. Now it's saying the line K is a result of translating the line H down 5 units. Down 5 units, that means y this multiplied by 5. Oh, sorry, subtracted 5. Y is equal to 6x plus 22 minus 5 is 17. Now it's asking what's the x-intercept of line K. X-intercept means y is equal to 0. I put y to 0 x is equal to negative 17 over 6. This is your answer. Option D. Okay, so this had some work, definitely. Let's see the next one. Okay, no questions here. Question 25. In the xy plane, the graph of the equation y is equal to negative x squared plus 9x minus 100 intersects the line y is equal to c at exactly one point. What is the value of c? Okay, so the graph is going to look like this, and y is equal to c. Any y I take will intersect the graph twice except for the topmost point, the vertex. What's the shortcut for finding the vertex? X is equal to minus b by 2a. Minus b is minus 9 over 2a. That's a negative 2. This is a 9 by 2. X is 9 by 2. What's the y value? F of 9 by 2. Let's put 9 by 2 here. So negative x squared. So negative of 81 over 4 plus 9 by 2, 9 and 81 over 2 minus 100. 81 over 2 minus 81 over 4, that's a 81 over 4. 81 over 4 minus 100, that's 81 minus 400, which is 319. Negative 319 over 4. This is the case. So important thing was to identify that what y is equal to c would be cut only once. That would be the topmost point of the graph. Okay, let's go on to the next questions. Quickly erase the stuff. Okay. So here is the next question, question 26. For each real number r, which of the following points lies on the graph of each equation in the xy plane for the given systems? Okay. So which of these numbers will for sure lie on each of the equations of the given system? So r by 5 plus 7, real number, negative r by 5 plus 35. Okay, let's see, we can solve it directly. 2x plus 3y is equal to 7. 10x plus 15y is equal to 35. I can make, if I multiply the top equation with a 5, you can directly see 10x plus 15y is equal to 35. So basically both equations are same. If I take a 5 common throughout in the second equation, I'll get a 2x plus 3y is equal to 7. So they're the same. Now that means 2x plus 3y equal to 7. Just this is the equation. This is the single equation which we need to solve. So for this, whatever the x is, y would be equal to 7 minus 2x over 3. Let's see that. So if x is r, okay, so that means we're doing 7 over 3 minus 2r over 3. If x is r, is it matching? It's not matching. No. Option C and D, it's not matching. Okay, let's do the other way then. I'll check for option B. For option B, I'll say y is r. What is x? X is equal to 7 minus 3y over 2. And y is r. That means 7 over 2 minus 3r over 2. Yep, that matches. Option B is correct. Okay, next question. The perimeter of an equilateral triangle is 624 centimeters. The height of this triangle is k root 3 centimeters, where k is a constant. What is the value of k? Perimeter of an equilateral triangle. That means 3x. Each side is 3x is equal to 624. X is 3 times 2, 3 times 0, 3 times 8. Okay, 208. The height of this triangle is k root 3 centimeters, where k is a constant. What is the value of k? So equilateral height. This is 208. This is 104. This is the height h. Let 104 be x. So 208 is 2x. Let's do Pythagoras. 2x squared minus x squared, which is square root 3x squared, or x root 3. Simple. X is 104. 104 root 3 is the answer. Don't go on using your calculator and solving for the exact values. These are the tricks we need. Okay, let's go on to the next section. Module 1 is over in 20 minutes. Let's go to the next one. Module 2. Okay. Question number 1. Tilly earns P dollars for every W hours of work. Which expression represents the amount of money in dollars Tilly earns for 39 W hours of work? 39 WP. Oh, sorry. No. 39P. For every W hours, she earns P dollars. 39W, that means 39P. Option A. For a training program, Yuan rides his bike at an average rate of 5.7 minutes per mile. Which function M models the number of minutes it will take for Yuan to ride X miles at this rate? Riding 1 mile in 5.7 minutes. Okay. So for X miles, time taken would be X times 5.7. Because each mile is taking 5.7 minutes. M of x is equal to 5.7x. Okay. Question 3. 3x is equal to 12, x is equal to 4. Negative 3x, that means negative 12 plus 6, y is equal to negative 6. Y is equal to negative 12 plus 6, negative 6. Sorry, x is equal to 4. Negative 12. Negative 12, okay, positive 6. Negative 12 will go to this side. Okay. Question 4. The equation gives the speed s in miles per hour of a certain car t seconds after it began to accelerate. What is the speed in miles per hour of the car 5 seconds after it began to accelerate? 5 seconds. 3 times 5 is 15. 15 plus 40 is 55. Okay. Next page. First, let me erase this. Okay, question 5. For the right triangle shown A is equal to 4, B is equal to 5, which expression represents the value of C? Square root 4 square plus 5 square. 4x plus 5 is equal to 165. What is the solution to the given equation? 4t. 7. The x-intercept of the graph shown is x comma 0. X-intercept. What is the value of x? 7. You can see here, x-intercept. Question 8. The function f is defined by f of x is equal to 1 over 10x minus 2. What is the y-intercept of the graph of y is equal to fx in the xy plane? Y-intercept is negative 2. So that means 0 comma negative 2, because y-intercept means x is 0. Y-intercept means you find the value on the y-axis. So B. Okay. Next page. So question 9. The function f is defined by f of x is equal to 7x cubed. In the xy plane, the graph of y is equal to g of x is the result of shifting the graph of y is equal to f of x down 2 units. Which equation defines the function g? 7x cubed minus 2 down 2 units. 10. X plus 7 is 10. X plus 7 squared is y. That's 100. Which ordered pair x comma y is a solution to the given system of equations? Okay, so x is going to be 10 minus 7, 3. X is 3 and y is 100. Okay. 11. Which expression is equivalent to 7x cubed plus 7x minus 6x cubed plus 3x? I opened the brackets, that's why it said plus 3x. 7x cube minus 6x cube is x cube. 7x plus 3x is 10x. Option E. The function p is defined by p of n is equal to 7n cube. What is the value of n when p of n is equal to 56? 7n cube is equal to 56. N cube is equal to 8. N is equal to 2. Okay. Questions over on this page. Question number 13. In the figure shown, line C intersects parallel lines S and T. What is the value of X? Okay, 110 degrees is the value of this angle. So this is going to be 70 degrees. This is going to be 70 degrees. So bottom one due to supplementary angles, then 70 and 70 due to alternate interior angles, then 70 and this X is also 70 due to vertically opposite angles. Done. 70 degrees is the answer. 14. A list of 10 data values is shown. 6, 8, 16. Okay. What is the mean of these data? Add them, divide by 10. Do it immediately. 5 times 3 is 15. Plus 8 is 23. Plus 26 is 49. Plus 17 is 66. Plus 4 is 70. 70 plus 16 is 86. 86 and 8 is 94. 94 and 6 is 100. 100 over 10 is 10. 10 is the answer. Okay. The equation E of t is equal to 5 times 1.8 raised per t gives the estimated number of employees at a restaurant where t is the number of years since the restaurant opened. Which of the following is the best interpretation of the number 5 in this context? Okay. T is the number of years since the restaurant opened, and it gives the estimated number of employees at a restaurant. So if you see, the number of employees is rising steadily, which should happen if the restaurant is working fine. For the interpretation of 5, let's put t is equal to 0. So when it did not when no time had passed, so if t is equal to 0, 1.8 raised per 0 is 1. That means E of 0 is 5. That means at 0 years, or at the beginning of the restaurant, there were 5 people who started the restaurant. Okay. So the estimated number of employees when the restaurant opened. That's correct. A. 16. G of x is equal to x squared plus 55. What is the minimum value of the given function? Minimum value. X squared plus 55, the function is going to be somewhat like this. It's never going to hit the 0 or the x-axis because x squared will always be positive. 55 is a positive number. Yeah, minimum value will exist where x is equal to, let's say, minus b by 2a. That's where the vertex exists. B is not present. That means at x is equal to 0, the minimum value is going to occur. So x is equal to 0. What is g of 0? 55. 55 is the answer. So the graph is precisely going to look like this, not the earlier one. This is the minimum point. Okay. Let's go ahead to the next one. Good. Question number 17. Each year the value of an investment increases by 0.49% of its value of the previous year. Which of the following functions best models how the value of the investment changes over time? Increases by 0.49% of its value the previous year. Okay, so that means if initially it's P, it's going to be increases by 0.4. So 0.49%, that means 0.0049 plus P or 1. This is going to be P times 1.0049 raised to the power, let's say n. N is the number of years. Okay, this is how it's increasing. So it's increasing exponentially. The population of Greenville increased by 7% from 2015 to 2016. If the 2016 population is K times the 2015 population, what is the value of K? 7% increase. So in 2015, it was P. 2016, it's P plus 7% of P, or 1.007 just a second, yeah, 1.007 p. This is the thing, increases by, okay, and 2016 population, this is equal to k times p. P and p cancelled, k is 1.07, not 007 but 07, because 7 over 100 is not 0.007 but 0.07, so 1.07. Okay, question number 18. Question number 19. Which expression is equivalent to a raised to the power 11 over 12 where a is greater than 0? A raised to the power 11 over 12. So what have they done? This is the 12th root, so a raised to the power of 132 won't be correct. No. If a raised to the power 132 means 12 times 11. If they're doing 12 times 11, that means in the denominator also 12 power would be multiplied. So yeah, 144th root of a raised to the power 132, option B. Question number 20. An event planner is planning a party. It costs the event planner a one-time fee of $35 to rent the venue and $10.25 per attendee. The event planner has a budget of $200. What is the maximum greatest number of attendees possible without exceeding the budget? 35 decreased from 200, 165. 165 is left for the attendees, divided by 10.25. Quickly calculate this. So it's going to be, let's say 160 over 10, 16. 16 times 10.25 would still be 160 point something. The moment we do 17, it will increase. So 16 is the maximum number of guests. No need to use the calculator here as well. If mod of 4x minus 4 or absolute value of 4x minus 4 is 112, what is the positive value of x minus 1? Let's find that. Okay, so this means 4x minus 4 is equal to 112 and 4x minus 4 is equal to negative 112. Both things are possible. If positive 112, so 4x is equal to 116, x is equal to 116 over 4. 4 times 2 is 8, 36, 4 times 9 is 36. Negative 1 we don't need, so positive value of x minus 1, 29 minus 1 is 28. 28 is the answer. A cube has an edge length of 68 inches. A solid sphere with a radius of 34 inches, okay, is inside the cube. Radius of 34, cube length is 68, so it's fitting exactly such that the sphere touches the center of each face of the cube. To the nearest cubic inch, what is the volume of the space in the cube not taken up by the sphere? Volume of the cube, 68 cubed, minus volume of the sphere. So 4 pi, just a second, 4 by 3 pi r cubed. R is 34. Okay, this time we will need the calculator. Let's try to find that. Okay, I'm using the calculator in my hands, so cannot record that exactly, but I can definitely solve it here. So 68 times 68 cubed. Okay, that's 314432. Okay, and then subtracting from that is pi times r cubed is 34 cubed. Multiplied by 4 by 3. 164636. 164636. Subtract 1266. 13 12 3 9. 14 13 6 7. 14 13 4 9. 10 6 4 2 1 1. 149796. Option A. Absolutely. Okay, let's go ahead and see the next question. This page is done. Okay, let me erase this quickly. So you'll need to use the calculator actually in a very few places, so don't be really quick to use it. See if you can still save time by doing something smartly, or maybe save time there by figuring out some formula or a pattern. That's better. Okay, question number 23. What is the diameter of the circle in the xy plane with equation this? Basically 5 and 3 is the center, 16 is radius squared, so radius is 4. For the exponential function f, the value of f of 1 is k, where k is a constant. Okay, exponential function, let's say k a raised power x, something like that, and x raised power 1 is, okay, so constant will be something else. Which of the following equivalent forms of the function f shows the value of k as the coefficient or the base, as the coefficient or the base? Cool. So the k could either be the base or the coefficient. Okay, so let's see the value, which value is coming out to be exact. F of 1, so x raised power 1, we get ka. Let's not use k, maybe we use something else. Let's look at the options directly, because we have too many variables here. K and a both are variables. 50 times 1.6 raised by x plus 1. If I do f of 1, this would become 50 times 1.6 raised by 2. Not correct. 80 times 1.6 raised by x or raised by 1. Again, this is going to be 10.8. Not correct. 128 times 1.6 raised by x minus 1. If I put x is equal to 1 here, this becomes a 0 and we get 128 as the answer, which is also the constant. So this is the correct answer. Here, if we go on solving by directly taking a hypothetical exponential function, we won't be able to find out the coefficients or the constants. That's why options are needed here. Question 25. A model estimates that at the end of each year, from 2015 to 2020, the number of squirrels in a population was 150% more than the number of squirrels in the population at the end of the previous year. Okay. The model estimates that at the end of 2016, there were 180 squirrels in the population. Which of the following equations represents this model, where n is the estimated number of squirrels in the population t years after the end of 2015? Okay. After the end of 2015, t years after the end, so t is equal to 1 would mean 2016. So 180 is at the end of 2016, which is t is equal to 1. At t is equal to 0, we don't know the exact number. Okay, but we can check from here. 150% more. So in 2015, let's say in 2015, it would be basically, if the population was p, in 2016 it's going to be p plus 150% of p plus 1.5p is equal to 180. 2.5p is 180, p is equal to 180 over 2.5. 25, 7, 175, 50, 25, 250. 72 times 1.5, not 1.5, because 1.5 is just the increase. We need the absolute value. So existing plus 1.5, 2.5 raised by t. Option B. Okay. Any other question on this page? No. Okay. Let's erase this and go to the next page. Question number 26. In the given pair of equations, a and b are constants. The graph of this pair of equations in the xy plane is a pair of perpendicular lines. Which of the following pairs of equations also represent a pair of perpendicular lines? What do we understand by perpendicular lines? The slopes, the product of slopes is -1, basically. So if one slope is m, the other slope would be -1 over m. Let's check in this one. So they're giving in terms of a and b. Cool. We need to find in terms of a and b. 5x plus 7y is equal to 1. Ax plus by is equal to 1. That means we can comment something about, so y is equal to -5x plus 1, this over 7, this over 7. That means the slope of the first equation is -5 over 7. Slope of the second equation is y is equal to -ax over b plus 1 over b. That means -a over b. A over b is equal to this, since they're perpendicular, this would be 7 over 5. So this is the ratio. Negative A over B is 7 over 5, or A over B is equal to negative 7 over 5. That's what we need to ensure. So let's check here. A is equal to negative 7 over 5B. Where do we get that? 10x plus 7y is equal to 1. Ax minus 2by is equal to 1. Do we get that? The slope for the first equation would be negative 10 over 7. What do we get for the next one? Slope for the second equation would be a over 2b. A over b is negative 7 over 5. We know from here. A over 2 would be negative 7 over 10. So negative 7 over 10, the product is not coming out to be a negative 1. It's coming out to be just a 1, because negative signs cancel. So this option is wrong. Option A is wrong. Option B, again the slope is negative 10 over 7 for the first equation. For the second equation, it's going to be negative A over 2b. So that's going to be 7 over 10. This is correct. Option B is correct, because the first equation has negative 10 over 7. This has 7 over 10. Option B is correct. Question number 27. In the given equation, C is a constant. The equation has no real solutions. If C is greater than n, what is the least possible value of n? No real solutions. Remember the discriminant. This is a quadratic equation. B squared minus 4ac must be less than 0 for no real solution. B is 34. 34 squared, 34 times 34, minus 4a is 1, c is less than 0. So 34 times 34 is less than 4c. C is greater than 34 times 34 over 4. This is 2 and 17. 2 and 17. That is 17 times 17, which is 289. Minimum value of n is 289. C must be greater than this. Okay. Okay. So this is how we conclude both the sections. In total, we did 54 questions in 42 minutes at a moderate pace, maybe fast in some questions, but we used a lot of tips and tricks as well in between. Let me know if you find any fault. It might be possible because I'm solving this, or like even seeing the paper for the first time, so might have made a mistake or two here and there. Point them out in the comments and let me know if there are any questions.